His attention was all on the female secretary, and he accidentally got food in his employer's eye. This unreliable caregiver, to test if his employer's leg was truly numb, went ahead and poured hot water directly on it. The employer wanted him to help shave his beard, but he happily started playing around instead. But the employer was enjoying it. Later, they became lifelong best friends. Now, let's begin the story of this movie. This young black man is named Driss. Today, he needs to go for a caregiver interview. Philippe, who is a quadriplegic, is hiring a caregiver. Due to the high salary offered, a large number of professionals are coming to interview. Some come for the money, some for the care, and some enjoy helping people with disabilities. And Driss has an even stranger reason. He just needs Philippe to sign a rejection form for him, so he can go collect his unemployment benefits. In order to get Philippe to reject him, Driss not ocean, Philippe stared at a painting for over an hour, which left Driss, standing next to him, a bit confused. Just a splatter of nosebleed, and it's selling for 30,000 euros. He said, "Give me 50 euros to buy some paint, and I'll make something better than this." Philippe laughed at Driss, saying he had no sense of art. When Philippe asked him for some chocolate, he told him to get it himself and burst into a smug laugh. Of course, he was during 5 consecutive miscarriages. His wife could no longer bear children. Unable to cope with the devastation, she eventually passed away in deep sorrow. To ease the pain of losing his wife, Philippe took up skydiving. Unfortunately, during a jump in bad weather, he had a tragic accident. His current pain isn't from being unable to move his body, but from the emotional torment of losing his wife. Driss had also passed his probation period, officially becoming Philippe's caregiver. On his first official day at work, Driss discovered that Philippe had a pen pal. The two had been exchanging letters and expressing their affection for over 6 months. However, to Driss's surprise, after spotting the phone number on one of the letters, he immediately dialed the number. Philippe and Driss had grown close, frequently talking and sharing with each other. Philippe took Driss to see an elegant opera. When Driss saw the performers' strange costumes on stage, he burst into uncontrollable laughter. He couldn't understand why rich people enjoyed watching something that they exchanged photos. Driss helped by choosing a photo of Philippe in his wheelchair. However, feeling deeply insecure, Philippe swapped the photo for one that didn't show the wheelchair. Driss became more serious about his work, and Philippe was happy every day. Philippe had a custom suit made for Driss, so Driss took Philippe to a snowball fight. They have a very harmonious relationship. After the art exhibition, Driss felt that he could do it too. So, in his spare time, he began creating. Not long after, he completed a painting. Feeling quite talented, Driss invited the female secretary. He didn't have much expectation for the birthday party. On the day of the party, Philippe showed Driss's painting to his friends, introducing it as the work of a promising new artist. After hearing this, Philippe's friend gave high praise for the painting and immediately offered 11,000 euros to buy it. Philippe, knowing the truth, struggled to hold back his laughter. When the band played a classic piece of elegant music, Driss mentioned that he had heard it before. It was from a coffee-committable birthday party for Philippe. He had one more birthday surprise, a photo sent by Philippe's pen pal. On the back of the photo were the time and place where they would finally meet. But as soon as Driss left the room, Philippe's joyful expression quickly faded. He was afraid that his pen pal wouldn't be able to accept his disability. Philippe kept trying on different outfits, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. To prevent Driss from causing any trouble, Philippe suggested going with his butler instead. While waiting, Philippe was in inner turmoil. Driss, meanwhile, drove to his mother's workplace. Watching her work so hard, his eyes welled up with tears. At the exact moment of the scheduled meeting, Philippe, his brother, had fallen in with drug dealers. After hearing about Driss's brother, Philippe asked more questions, and Driss finally opened up about his family. He revealed that his mother was actually his aunt. After his uncle passed away, his aunt remarried several times, and with each new marriage, she had more children. Philippe believed that Driss should take responsibility for his family, and that it wasn't possible for him to spend his whole life taking care of a disabled man like himself. This meant they had to part ways. The next day, Driss prepared to leave. Over time, he had earned the respect of everyone around him. To avoid making the farewell too emotional, Driss chose not to listen. which meant that Philippe hadn't sent his real photo to his pen pal. Driss first approached the drug dealers, asking them not to involve his brother anymore. To take care of his family, Driss found a job nearby. Under Philippe's influence, Driss impressed the interviewer with his knowledge. Since Driss left, Philippe hired a new caregiver, but the uniformed attendant's presence constantly reminded Durant, and with a serious expression, Driss told Philippe, "I'm leaving. Someone else will be joining you for dinner." He stood up and left directly, watching Driss walk away. Philippe's breathing quickened due to his anxiety. Just then, a blonde beauty approached, and it was none other than Philippe's pen pal, the one he had always been too afraid to face. In fact, Driss had already told the pen pal about Philippe's true situation. It was because she accepted his disability that she chose to come and meet him. Philippe's face lit up with an excited smile. Outside the window, Driss gave a knowing smile, waved his hand, and then turned to leave. He knew that even if he wasn't around,